Welcome into 5 Wide Fantasy. Today's video must start Week 1 players. Week 1 is here. It is time to talk real games, real football, real matchups. Very excited to get this out to you early this week. Very special one as well. If you haven't checked out OwnersBox, what are you doing? Our OwnersBox fantasy platform. What are you doing? We just launched a brand new game, Lightning Lineups. Incredibly fun to play. Going to be great this NFL season. If you don't know what it's about, if you do know what it's about, doesn't matter which one it is because we're going to roll the tape. The most electric way to play fantasy sports this season. Lightning Lineups presents you with 3 teams of 3 players. Find the trio you think will score the most fantasy points or spin the wheel to generate a new matchup. Love your lineup? Add more opponents to increase your payout. Submit your entry for free and make your way to the pay zone. Again, that's a free entry into the new Lightning Lineups game as well. What we're doing today, a free entry if you use code DFS10 on OwnersBox for our DFS contest for NFL Week 1, another free entry for you. So go sign up. The link is down below in the description. We're getting to creating a DFS contest for Week 1 of the NFL season. Give you some of our favorite players to include in your lineups and favorite players to start in your season-long leagues this weekend in our 100K Sunday Smash contest. So Ryan, let's start just with overall game format. We're looking at your typical quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, 2 flex spots, and then we also have a super flex spot. And to me, overall strategy, you absolutely want to include 2 quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. The majority of the people that won last season on OwnersBox had 2 QBs. There were some people who did go running back or a wide receiver in that spot and managed to take home the grand prize. But overall, I'm looking QB, so why don't we start there? Are there any guys that really stick out as guys you see as must start in Week 1?
I mean, there's guys we've talked about that I do really like at certain prices. Jalen Hurts being one of them at 7,100. I think that's pretty good price against this Lions defense that, to be honest, at this point, we don't know how much better they are going to be than last year. Obviously, they've picked up a couple guys. See, like their corners, though, are still meh. And I think these 2 teams played each other last year, the first game 1-2, didn't it? Oh, no, Detroit played San Francisco, right?
Yeah. They played early in the year. Well, they definitely played last year.
But Detroit, or Philly, killed them the last time they played. Mm-hmm. I think, like, murdered them. So I do like Jalen Hurts at 7,100. And then your guys kind of really close to him right there, Trey Lance. Are you looking at starting him Week 1, or you kind of wait and see with him?
Yeah, I see him as I'm always paying attention to players that might be underpriced to a degree that the ownership on them might be too high. You don't want to go too much with the public, or else you can't really separate yourselves in this type of contest. So I do see Trey as someone who's a little underpriced and will be someone that people target. I definitely think Trey is, considering his rushing upside, is someone to consider. For San Francisco. Some other lower price guys I'm looking at, Daniel Jones against Tennessee. How's that secondary going to be this year? And how is the Giants offense going to evolve with Brian Dable? I might not want to go quite after him this week, just considering a lot of uncertainty in terms of the new play calling. I might want to see it for myself. Other guys that are down here, we've got the Tua Brissett Mills combo.
What about Revenge Game Baker?
The Browns defense to me is really good. I think they're going to be stingy.
I don't know. Like, other than Denzel Ward, I feel like their corner situation isn't fantastic.
They got Greg Newsome from Northwestern. Yeah. I'm forgetting who's at their safety spots.
Delpit, Grant Delpit.
Delpit, yeah, Delpit's there. He's been hurt, but he's there.
Yeah.
There's someone else I'm missing there. I think the Browns are going to be a tough defense to play.
Okay.
Where do you want to start? I think starting with Trey Lance puts us in a good decent spot. The other one that I really like, and I'm going to be going after, is Kyler Murray. I know, so he's up near the top 3. Herbert's the highest price next to Mahomes and Murray, but I think this KC secondary might not be anywhere near what it was last season. We're looking at Tyrann Mathieu, obviously leaving in New Orleans. They lost another few. I think is Travarius Ward back? I'm not sure if he's back as well. I think this might be a really high scoring
He's gone.
game.
No, their secondary is bad.
Yeah.
Their secondary, and the only way they replaced their players were through the draft, and a lot of these guys just aren't ready. Yeah, so I actually do like that pick as well.
So if I think anytime you're going with the QBs, I'm looking to stack them with a pass catcher. You have to be doing that. You got to maximize your point totals. So I like Marquise Brown. I think he's at a really good price too. He's 5,800 this week.
Yeah,
I like Brown.
Okay, yeah, pair if you don't take Kyler, I guess, but. Oh, you did take Kyler.
Sorry, I took Kyler. That's what I mean. But who do we want to pair with Lance?
Are you talking a receiver on the team?
Yeah.
I think Ayuk would probably be the best option at this point in terms of saving.
I haven't even looked at his price. Good price, 5K. That's
great
nice.
Price against Chicago. Yeah.
I think it's something you need to do here with the QBs is make sure you're pairing them with a pass catcher.
Yeah.
Before we go to running back, I want to do a little bit of tight end.
Go ahead.
I think Njoku is actually a good value.
Yeah?
I think Brissett will be targeting the tight end position a fair bit because he's obviously not the greatest of downfield passers. And I was reading, it's from Dwayne McFarland of PFF. He was keeping track of route participation with the ones, obviously, and he was on the field for 80% of the first team reps. When you get to 80% as a tight end, really valuable in terms of getting a bit of target volume.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else you were looking at?
There are actually all the guys in the 4,700 range. You can pick any of those three. Pick them out of the hat, and I like them all. Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, and even Bob Tonyan.
Yeah, I don't know where Tonyan's at in his recovery from and being ready for week one, but like you said, Tonyan would be, if he's healthy and out there, would be interesting.
I think Fields and Kmet, feel that will be his safety blanket in week one. And then this Chargers offense, going up against Vegas, who have I would say one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. I think he's a steal at that price. It's tough to know who's obviously going to get the touchdowns, but I think Gerald Everett will at least get you 3 to 4 catches, and at that price, that's pretty much worth it.
The other one I was thinking about is Mo Alley Cox.
Interesting, yeah, fair
because
enough.
I've been reading that he's separated himself in the tight end room. It doesn't look like Jack Doyle's
he's done, eh?
It looks like he's close to done, yeah. And a guy separating himself at that position is interesting because we've got Alec Pierce and Paris Campbell as the 2-3 at wide receiver, and Cox is a proven guy, and this is the player
super
that could give you that could give you a touchdown considering his catch radius. So those are the two that really stick out to me if I'm going lower end.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
Let's throw Mo Alley in there.
You want to go Mo?
Yeah.
Let's go Mo. We're saving some dough here.
I do. I like a lot of players in that game, to be honest.
Yeah.
In the Houston
and Colts game.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That would be the other team they're playing.
Okay, running back.
So we don't have to pick them, but one thing I will mention, Jonathan Taylor, obviously you're paying a premium for him, but last year in the 2 games that he played against Texans, he combined for almost 350 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. So it's one thing to note. It's probably why he's priced so high as well. Yeah. This Houston defense hasn't really gotten any much better. So I would say that's a good play if you can pay up for a running back, if you have the luxury to do that, for sure.
Other one I'm thinking about, Antonio Gibson. We all know about the Brian Robinson situation. Yeah. I don't want to talk about fantasy opportunity too much when it comes to something as tragic as that. But he's going against the Jags, and I don't see McKissick eating into his rushing volume much. That's not McKissick's deal. It's usually as a pass catcher. And even then, I think Gibson is obviously a great pass catcher in his own. So we could be looking at a workhorse guy at a bit of a discount at 5,800. Is there anyone else you looked at lower down?
Yeah, one guy, Mike Davis.
Yep. Ravens, the situation with the Ravens.
Against the Jets, too.
Jets, yes.
4,700. That's a crazy good price right now.
I started taking him before the Kenyon Drake signing. I had a draft, and I took him with my last pick because I'm like, I could get a week out of him against the Jets. And you know that the Ravens, whoever it is, they'll run the ball with them. I don't think they'll be concerned about that. The other one, flyer to me, is Raheem Mostert, just looking for a touchdown.
Interesting. After all the Chase Edmonds talk.
Yeah. Okay. I think the big thing to me is the Michelle cut. So I think Edmonds is going to have a great year. I'm really excited about Edmonds. I think there's a good chance they're using 2 of these guys early on in the year, and Mostert could be the guy they go to in the red zone.
Yeah, and then another guy I was also looking at, fairly priced. He's right around Antonio Gibson range. Is Elijah Mitchell against the Bears? I like that guy. I like that as well.
Other one, Tyrion Davis-Price, because I'm that cut of Trey Sermon too. Where should we go with? I like going.
You want to throw Gibson in there?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's throw Gibson in there.
I think that's definitely a good spot.
We got 4,800 left per, and we've got 2 flex spots and a running back left. So we're in a good spot here. If you want to go look, let's go to flex, or let's go to wide receiver and try to find a really guy that we think is really underpriced, like in the low 4s.
Okay.
So there
was one guy I was looking at who's just above he's at 52 is Alan Lazard.
Lazard at 52.
Yeah, against the Vikings, I think that's good.
Yep.
Jalen Tolbert's 51.
I was looking at Randall Cobb, but I think if we go Lazard at 52 is probably better. I was looking at Jarvis Landry and Chris Olave are priced the same, 4,500. I think I like Chris Olave's talent. I think he's a better receiver between the two, but again, it's early, so I'm more adapt to trusting a veteran in week 1 than I would be going to a rookie. If you guys are looking for a start in week 1 in those deeper leagues, I would trust Landry over Olave, so that would be someone I'd look at 4,500.
One guy that we just scrolled by at 4,700, and hear me out on this one, DJ Chark on the Lions. With Jameson Williams out, who else is going to throw the ball to? Kenny Golladay? He's not there anymore. TJ? I know the Eagles Amon-Ra.
Chark could give you a big play. Could give you a big play, maybe.
I know the Eagles defense looks pretty beefed up, especially at the corner position after trading for what's that guy's name? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I think that's what it is, right? Mm-hmm. And then they have Darius Slay, obviously, but he's gonna Amon-Ra will be the main focus. Hawkinson will be the second main focus. I think Chark will be able to get some sneaky points for fantasy owners in week 1.
I think that's sneaky. I think he's a little bit too high.
Okay.
Too much money for my liking.
Nico Collins is also could be a good.
Nico Collins could be a big play. Let's go Landry. Give me this one, and I'll give you the next one.
Okay, go. Yeah, that's fine. Go Landry. I don't mind that against the Falcons.
Falcons.
Falcons should be playing in the CFL. So.
Okay, so now we've got 5K. We got 10K total, 2 players. Do we see anything deep at receiver and give us some money to spend at running back? Because I think running back wise,
you want to go Romeo Doubs, 4,500,
45, and then we'd have 55 left to go with a Clyde, with a Chase Edmonds. Because I don't want to go Sanders just with his injury, and I don't want to go. What if we tried to get Elijah Mitchell in? Okay, let's put Elijah Mitchell in, and then we have 4,100 left. Let's see if we have anyone we might like at 4,100. We might be in tough. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, let's see.
Braxton Berrios, Noah Brown, Andy Isabella, Dante Pettis,
Rashard Higgins,
DeAndre Carter. Now on OwnersBox, I believe. I'm going to check with corporate here mid-show. Corporate, do we still have points for return yards?
Yes.
DeAndre Carter with the Chargers could be interesting because of his return yards. Traquan, there's not. Paris Campbell. We have Mo Alley Cox. I can't do that. We got Mo Alley Cox. I can't do that. Tyron Johnson. Kyle Phillips. So, Giants. And he's stuck out in camp.
It's
a rookie that's scary, but he's 4K.
I think it's a flyer. This is a flyer, and he's Kyle Phillips would actually fall right under that category that would make him a flyer.
He would qualify. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's throw Kyle Phillips in so we can spend a little at the other spots. So we've got Trey Lance and Kyler Murray at QB, Antonio Gibson, Elijah Mitchell at running back, Marquise Brown, Brandon Ayuk at receiver, Mo Alley Cox at tight end, Jarvis Landry, and Kyle Phillips in the flex. Again, if you haven't heard from the beginning of the video, you can play for free. We're giving you a free entry when you sign up. Go DFS 10 for the DFS contest here. Any $10 entry will be yours for free. You can also play Lightning lineups for free with a $10 entry with Lightning 10. And we're going to match your deposit up to $500. I mean, place a deposit and we're giving you tons of free coins to be able to spend and build your bankroll over on OwnersBox. So that link is down below in the description. Let us know what you think about the video. Let us know what you think about OwnersBox. Let us know what you think about this lineup.
I love it.
Would we take home the 100K Sunday Smash contest? Let us know. We can't enter because we work for the company, but this was a good time and it got me really excited for week 1.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We'll be back later this week with some more videos for you guys to help you out and pick your starters for this week. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.